I welcome you all on my YouTube channel and pray to Almighty to offer blessings to all of you. I am very thankful to all my subscribers and I hope I will be getting your support like this in future as well. In this video, we will discuss the impact of Saturn-Rahu conjunction in 3rd house. There are different sections in this video. In these different sections we will discuss what is 3rd house of birth chart, what is the meaning of this conjunction in birth chart, Rahu Saturn conjunction in past life, how will this conjunction affect health, married life, home/happiness and unexpected incidents in life with their positive or negative flavors and the best remedies. Before moving forward, let's first understand what is the 3rd house of the birth chart. The 3rd house is also known as the horoscope's house of courage, communication, and younger siblings. This is the 3rd house of capricorn, lust. Thus, it also shows our basic inclinations. The natural owner of this house is Mercury with the symbol of a pair symbolizing mates of either gender. This house also shows our immediate neighbors. It also shows interest or proficiency in gossip or media-related knowledge. It can give information about the neighbors of an individual and his relationship with them. Body-wise, the 3rd house represents the neck area, arms, collarbone, upper chest, and ears. The natural owner of this house is Mercury, which is known for its representation of curiosity to learn new pieces of knowledge. This house also tells about local travels and transfers in jobs. The writing of a person can also be seen getting affected by this house since it represents the arms for control and Mercury for writing communication. The planetary positions of planets placed in the 3rd house would impact the short travels, a person's physical strength, and impact on luck as well. This house is very commonly known as the Sahaj Bhav or Sahas Bhav in Sanskrit, as it gives information about the younger siblings and the motivation/strength of a person. What is the Saturn-Rahu conjunction in astrology? The Saturn-Rahu conjunction in astrology refers to the alignment of the planets Saturn and Rahu in close proximity within the birth chart. This conjunction combines the energies of these celestial bodies, resulting in a potent influence on an individual's life. Saturn represents discipline, structure, responsibility, limitations, and lessons, while Rahu signifies desires, ambitions, obsessions, and unconventional approaches. When Saturn and Rahu come together in a conjunction, their combined energies can create a complex and intense impact on various areas of life. This conjunction often brings a clash between traditional values and unconventional desires, leading to inner conflicts and challenges. It can signify a period of karmic lessons and tests, where individuals may face limitations, delays, and frustrations as they navigate their life's path. The Saturn-Rahu conjunction can also amplify the individual's ambitions and drive, pushing them to pursue their goals with determination. However, it is important to approach these ambitions with caution and ethical considerations, as the conjunction can also manifest as a potential for manipulation, deceit, and unscrupulous behavior. Saturn-Rahu conjunction is in the 3rd house of the birth chart. General characteristics. Saturn is considered to be in a friend's house when it is in the 3rd house of the horoscope of natural order that is called Purush Kundali, because the owner of this house is Mercury, and Mercury is known to take the qualities of the planets that it is placed within the horoscope. Since the element of this house is air/Vayu Tattva. At the same time, this house forms the 3rd house of the Kama Trikon. At the same time, for the placement of Rahu, many astrologers claim that it is very happy here, as once again it is in its friend's house and also in the house where its qualities match that of the house owner, as both these planets take the qualities of their immediate placed planets and act and work like them. One major difference between Mercury and Rahu is that Mercury doesn't cause the darkness and is not volatile/explosive, unlike Rahu, which is known to explode the qualities of the place where it is placed and acts as malefic by showing a totally new world to the one undergoing the Yag Dasha of Rahu. Now, once these two enter the same house, that is the 3rd house, they will be at some distance from each other. Here the results would vary depending on the distance between them, which has been discussed earlier as well. The 3rd house is known to be a good placement for the functional malefic in a very natural manner, that is, 3rd house is considered to be good for planets like Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu, and Ketu. These malefic planets give good results, as this is Kaliyug, and these malefic give special strength to the individual with their placement in that house, and the person overcomes any difficult time or dasha by his sheer willpower at times. Thus, in a manner, this saves the house as well. At the same time, if Saturn is malefic for the ascendant, then the negative qualities will also tend to prevail and amplify. In this case, it would mean that the person could act as a daredevil and do things that are not right in a lawful manner. This place tells information about a person's willpower and younger siblings, and this is also the house of publishing through written communication capabilities depiction by the individual. The place of the younger sibling is being occupied by Saturn. They could face troubles in life. The third house is the house opposite to ninth house of religion, and since Rahu in the third will make Ketu occupy the ninth house, so this person would have some religious stubbornness as well and can work for religion as well, since Ketu is happy in a religious placement, especially that of Jupiter. Since Saturn gives its third aspect to the fifth house of children, this person could face difficulties in getting the blessing of a child unless there are other mitigating factors like a good and powerful aspect from Jupiter. Since the ninth house of luck is occupied by Ketu here, such individuals cannot rely on luck for anything in their life, and they must work towards their goal achievement without failure, else they would not be able to fulfill the karma fulfillment of this Trikon house. One more thing that can be said for the siblings is that since this becomes the first house for the younger siblings and their seventh house gets occupied by Ketu, so they could face difficulties in getting married, or they might lose interest in the institution of marriage. This conjunction could have very good or bad results when both these two planets are in the middle part of the zodiac sign and have their full power to give their results. This is for the simple reason that any planet is said to be in its total youthful stage when it is in the very middle part of any zodiac sign. This conjunction should be watched very carefully, especially if one undergoes the dasha, antardasha or pratyantardasha of Shani in Rahu or Rahu in Shani. Apart from the dasha while in transit, if this combination forms anywhere in any zodiac sign, this individual could feel that energy related to the house where it is forming in the transit of planets. Here a major thing that can be said is if Saturn controls and Rahu follows, then there is a tenacious attitude in the person, and this person works for success in a right lawful manner. If it is the opposite, then Rahu will take the person on a different trajectory and Saturn will eventually give the judgment for the karmas of the Rahu as done by Rahu. This is an airy place, and Rahu is the smog/fog and can cause addiction towards smoking, which could in turn result in issues with the lungs eventually over a period of time. Rahu Saturn conjunction in third house and past life. The Rahu Saturn conjunction in the third house of the birth chart, when viewed from a past life perspective, offers insights into karmic patterns and experiences carried over from previous lifetimes. This conjunction suggests that in past lives, the individual may have faced challenges related to communication, relationships with siblings or neighbors, and pursuing their desires and ambitions. The influence of Rahu indicates unresolved desires and obsessions from past lives, while Saturn represents karmic lessons and the need for discipline and responsibility. Together, they can manifest as difficulties in effective communication, strained relationships with siblings or neighbors, or obstacles in fulfilling one's desires. The third house's association with communication and courage suggests that in previous incarnations, the individual may have struggled with expressing themselves effectively or may have faced issues related to conflicts and misunderstandings with siblings or neighbors. Understanding the karmic implications of the Rahu-Saturn conjunction in the third house allows individuals to recognize the lessons they need to learn in this lifetime. It presents an opportunity for growth, self-reflection, and the development of healthy communication skills and harmonious relationships. Saturn-Rahu conjunction is in the third house of birth chart and career. Because this conjunction gives some shrewdness to a person, here it is being formed in the third house. The individual would be using this to its benefit to earn money through the media, publications, etc., as it is the natural house of Mercury and communication. These individuals have a keen interest in the media and communications because of Rahu. These individuals can get into the habit of petty politics, as that is from gossip, and this third house at a very low level relates to this office politics. The initial formal education which can be seen from this house also gets affected by the placement of Saturn. With other benefic conjunctions or aspects, a person can get into government jobs as well with their hard work as well. However, this conjunction primarily makes a person work towards learning some skill set and working for oneself and making money in that manner. Saturn-Rahu conjunction is in the third house of birth chart and marriage/married life. The individual would be more hardworking in the marriage partnership than the partner and more religious than the partner. That could become a bone of contention between the two partners. Chances of a love marriage with this being successful are a little low, as Saturn gives its third aspect to the fifth house of love and romance and doesn't let it prosper. Love marriage is possible only when other planets involved with the 1st, 5th, and 7th house are more powerful and aspecting the 7th house of marriage with some aspect on the 5th house as well to make the love marriage possible. Saturn Rahu conjunction is in the 3rd house of birth chart and health. This combination or any other combination gives any diseases depending upon the dasha and transit. Since this place is an airy place with Rahu placed here, smoking addiction can lead to one facing the issue of cancer. This Saturn also has its 10th aspect on the 12th house of the hospital, so individuals could have to frequent the hospitals as well for various ailments as given by other planets as well. Apart from lung disorders, if the person becomes a drunkard, house of habits, because of developing a liking towards alcohol, one could affect one's liver in a very negative manner, and this will be highly amplified if Jupiter is not in good dignity. Saturn Rahu conjunction is in the 3rd house of birth chart and positive impact. A very hard-working person, who has a slow and steady inclination to learn new habits and ideas. One learns not to rely on one's luck and takes the karma yoga path of Gita. If Saturn is good and leads, this conjunction person is law-abiding and can get into government jobs as well. This person, if becomes an astrologer, can give very accurate predictions and would not sell this clairvoyance for a mere money cut and could earn a livelihood through this. The neighbors of one could also be very laborious or very well-versed in local politics. Saturn Rahu conjunction is in the 3rd house of birth chart and negative impact. A lot of tug of war in the area of willpower in the winter decides the course of one's life. In any case, hard work is the main and only outcome for this individual. A person can develop a daredevil attitude and take the less lawful path in life for business/livelihood. Individuals and siblings suffer in life with difficulties that could be very serious. Very low chances of one having a successful love affair. The person is harsh in love affairs and with a very tone, so a romantic angle would be missing. Now let's discuss the best remedies for Saturn Rahu conjunction in the 3rd house. Wear a silver ring in the middle finger of your right hand. Feed black dogs and offer them roti, bread, regularly. Recite the Mahamrityunjaya mantra regularly to seek protection and blessings. Keep a square piece of silver with you at all times. Donate black lentils, urad dal, on Saturdays to appease Saturn and Rahu. Offer water to a peepal tree every Saturday and perform circumambulation around it. Perform acts of charity and help the underprivileged regularly. Avoid consuming alcohol and non-vegetarian food as much as possible. Wear a black thread or black waistband as a protective talisman. So that was all about this conjunction. In our next video of this series, we will discuss the impact of Saturn and Rahu conjunction in 4th house of birth chart. Till then, God bless you always, and please like, share and subscribe our channel.